All right, here we have our unicorn of a Suburban. It's a 2001 Chevy Suburban 2500 4x4 LT. So it's a full 3/4 ton, and it has the really hard to find 8.1 liter big block in it. It's an absolute just killer platform. It's got the 4L80 transmission, automatic overdrive. With fuel economy, if you look this motor up, we've had it for a little over a year. And I've had it for a backup tow rig for when I have the kids with me. I've had a trailer behind it. It tows phenomenal. But if you look up the fuel economy, it's pretty much the closest, about the same as a 6-liter. But the horsepower and torque curves are really close to a diesel motor. I mean, they're just phenomenal. I had a Power Stroke, and this thing tows and pulls just as hard. But it's extremely hard to find. Everything works on this truck. It's got new wheels and tires. AC was just done, so it's ice cold AC through the front and back. Heater works great. It's got heated seats, and this truck's got 260,000 miles. But the brakes were just done, serpentine belt, oil change. But one thing, if you guys are familiar with this generation of Yukon, Tahoe, Silverado, stuff like that, if these things aren't well taken care of, for whatever reason, the buttons are just worn out. So I basically buy on condition. I don't always buy super low mile stuff because I've had plenty of low mile stuff that's caused me a lot of headaches. But you look at all the switches, nothing is wore out. It's got sunroof, all that works. The heated seats work. Nothing's ever been taken for granted on this truck. You look at the foot pads, it's obviously just highway miles. This thing's given me zero issues, but as come time to pass it on, it's just a phenomenal vehicle. It's got third row seating. So you can put 3 in the back, 3 in the middle, and then you and another passenger up front, obviously. I'll take you back here. Right now I have the rear seat folded forward so you can see how much cargo room is in there. It folds up really fast, but it's still got more room. It's probably about 4 feet right here. If you just pull that tab right there, the full seat comes all the way out if you need a little extra. But it's got, rear AC, rear heat. It's got the Bose sound system. This stays up. A lot of times you get some issues there. You're going to have some little scrapes and stuff on the plastics and stuff like that. It is a 2001, so we're talking about, amazingly, folks, this is a 22-year-old SUV. It's hard to believe that this era is getting to be a classic. But you do have some little surface scratches on the back here. I'm not sure if they had carried like something on the top of the previous owner, like a boat or whatever, but it did scratch a little bit of the glass. And I put some scratches back here. I don't know if they had straps that came down to the bumper or something. But this also stays up. Sometimes you get some of these older SUVs and a lot of little stuff doesn't work. Like your heated seats won't work, the sunroof won't work. You won't have these little hydraulic hoists. Even though they're little items to replace, a lot of people just leave it for granted. And it's one thing is you look at all these just haven't been replaced. We didn't just do this for the sale. They've been on there for a while, and that's one thing when I look at it and I buy them is like, this thing was really well taken care of. The black wheels look killer. So I'll go ahead in the front. One thing about these trucks is I don't think they'll ever make an SUV like this again. So pretty much what we have out there is what we have basically forever. You got the Excursions of this era, and we got these Suburbans. I don't think they'll be making 3/4 ton long wheelbase SUVs like this. So if you need an SUV that can haul friends and kids, full family, tow a boat, tow a camp trailer, tow a car trailer, this is a phenomenal platform. Plus it's fully loaded. And then you come with the 8.1 liter, and you get this pewter metallic that just looks good, dirty or clean. This is a little bit chipped here, but you can find these on eBay. I meant to replace it, but for whatever reason, it was just one of those things where when I would drive it or see it, I'd remember, and then I'd forget. But they're really cheap, and I'll try to pick one up before the end of the sale. So I'm gonna go across the front here. It's all original paint, no accidents, clean washing title in our name. Got some chips and stuff like that. And the reason I'm selling it is our tabs expired, I think, in May, or not May, but I think in March or April, and just haven't had much of a need to use it. Little scrapes right there. So I've decided, instead of hoarding all these great vehicles, I'm going to pass it on to somebody who can use it for the summer. So all the lights are good, no fogging. It's got the factory fender flares, factory running boards. It's got a weird little mark right here. And I mean, if you go around the truck, you're going to find little stone chips on the bottom, some little entry wear. Keep in mind, it's 20 years old. I got a little dirt down there. The chrome is delaminating here, but these trucks look phenomenal if you remove these. And I was tempted to crank up the torsion bars and do a leveling kit up front, but I kind of just left it as is because it just drove so fantastic. So we'll go around here. There's a very little bit of fading in the clear coat right here on this fender flare. We're pretty much not even noticeable on this one, a little scrape. But the passenger side rear fender flare has a little bit more fading, and that's the only one pretty much. You know, you got your stone chips along the bottom here, so please check out all the photos. There's probably about 200 photos of this thing. And there's photos of the seat folded back, the third seat. Little mark in the paint there. There's a little scratch right there, and there's, so they used the luggage rack, you can see. So that's, you know, not sure, little scratches right there, not sure what's happening, but if you stand back you don't really see them. And this color is very forgiving. Little chips and wear right here. There's a very thin hairline scratch. No dents or dings on this thing. Oh, I'll show you this fender flare. See, it's a little faded right there. Only on the top side, so you turn over here and you really don't see it. So a little bit of scrape on the running board. It might be just a little bit of transfer paint that might come off with some goof off or lacquer thinner or something. Alright, so we're going to jump inside. And it's got the full load leather. Heated seats. Both front ones work. It has a little bit of, you know, it's nice and soft. No holes in leather, non-smoker. No odors. It's got the cup holder, I mean, all stock. Stereo hasn't even been swapped out. It's got the sunroof, which I love. You know, you have, this is the tan, so you have some little bit of, it's, I wouldn't really call it cracking as much as this kind of flexing in the leather. Come back here, this is pretty cool. It's a fold down area with cup holders. A lot of people don't even know those are there. It's got the bench seat rather than the two captains, and then this one springs forward. Little cup holders. You can plug your earphones in for the rear passengers. Really nice condition. Door panel again, really nice. All the rockers and paint are really nice. Complete rust-free truck, always in the Northwest. You know, taillight's a little bit faded, but again, these things are super cheap. eBay, LMC truck, all kinds of places on the website, Amazon. One thing it does have is it has both of its original key fobs, which is cool. Both of its original keys. See the Chevrolet. Hopefully it's focusing in there, but I'll take pictures of those too. You can see that's really nice. There will be a running and driving video. Alright. Factory decal. This is cracked here, but keep posted. I might see if I could grab one of these from a local wrecking yard or something. Driver's seat does have a little bit more wear. It's super comfortable. Heated seat works good, but you know, you do have a little bit of edge flattening there and a little bit more kind of like cracking. Sun's kind of coming out right now, but we got photos of all that stuff. Steering wheel has no real wear on the leather, which is unbelievable. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood and show the crowning jewel of this beauty. Of course, you know, hood stays up, no issues. But there is the 8100 8.1 big block Chevy. Just a torque monster beast. You know, everything's stock underneath here, nothing's messed with. So alright everybody, here is our long wheelbase 01 HD 2500 Suburban. 4-wheel drive, of course, push button and all that stuff works, and we'll nail that out in the driving video. So good luck everyone.